Hello traders, welcome back to Bitcoin Trader Autonomy. Last week I wasn't able to do the recording due to some uh, health issues, but now I'm back. But our trade has actually moved very well during the last week. But what we have seen that the market had gapped up most of the markets, and on Friday the tweet that Trump had done about the tariff has led to a very massive move in all the markets. The stock market has fallen. As you can see, Apple lost almost 0.99%, and Tesla also lost something around negative 1.57%. And we see Nasdaq losing a lot. If we can see Nasdaq right now, Nasdaq went down 0.4%, but you see the sharp move. A lot of people lost a lot of money, even in and if you can see also the Bitcoin BTC also went down sharply, went down crazily sharply to the downside, knocking out a lot of people who were actually buying from these bottom. They all, most of them went out. There is also a news on that something around 2,000 people in US, they committed a suicide due to the losses that they have made in the market on Friday. This is really not a good news. So, because if you are really too weak like that, this market is not for you. Not for gamblers, not for greedy people, not for people who doesn't know the fundamental before the technicals. So market is not only driven by the technical, it's driven by the fundamental news. And during time of Trump, anything can happen. You can just make a one tweet on X, and then it can change the history and can change somebody's life to the worst or to the better or the best. That's why fall despite the tweet. Why did it fall? Why it went up, gapping up from here? We all know that DXY, the dollar, is one of the safe haven. So when in time of uncertainty, people tend to run to the safe havens. That's why we see gold is going up, dollar is going up, and most of the currencies are, which are the safe haven, like yen, also is now also going up. But due on Friday, due to the announcement of the 100% tariff on China, this market had to fall, and it was influencing the technical. You can see here we had the imbalance around between 100 and 99. We had the imbalance around here, and the market was not able to break above this area for a certain period of time. But on Friday we were able to break above it, and due to the news we came back down, making a fake out, or as others say, liquidity grab, grabbing liquidity here and testing the fair value gap. And now where the market will be going, that's the question. Okay, according to the technical, we can see maybe we might see EXY consolidating around this area, then trying to close the gap, because the gap is still open. We have, usually market has to fill the gap. It's a very important move for the market to fill gaps. You can see here this gap still active. What will happen? The market has to come back to the gap to close it. That's scenario one about the gap here. And also the economic data has been postponed for a long time. This is one of the things that led to the dollar to move to the upside, and we expect by next week, if they are really going to post the NFP and the other data, the job data, the employment data that we have actually missed for the last 3 consecutive weeks. If this week we didn't see them, then we don't see them, then we are going to have another delay of the data coming out from America. However, what we see here, we are expecting the dollar to consolidate below here and then move to the downside, because already confluencing this resistance area that market broke to the upside, faking out the move, and now might retest and move to the downside. That is scenario one. Scenario two, we might see this, if this corrective structure is really continuously going to the upside, we wait for break above this high, then retest the high to go, and obviously we are going to visit the high of August around 122.5. This is another scenario, but we need to wait a break above this high. Let me change the color to blue. Yeah, that's it. But right now, my sentiment is clear. I'm a seller. I'm going to sell it to the downside. I'm expecting weakness in the dollar. So I'm expecting weakness in the dollar in the coming week. Good. We go to the forex pairs, starting with Euro USD. We had a trade, a very nice trade in Euro USD that is already been. We took the profit out of it, and it was really a fantastic trade. We reached into the liquidity area where we were waiting the market to reach. Now, what is after this? Because we predicted the move from there to there. Then last week we say we supposed to see a pullback. Then the market will continue to down. The continuation was really taking time. We had another trade internally here, which was yes, we had it. Yes, it wasn't taken out. We had another trade. We added more trades inside, and it was also a very successful trade. 2 trades in a row. This was almost 3 weeks or 4 weeks. It was from September. I remember it was from September, and then we had another trade on by October. I think it was Monday, the first week of October, Monday, which was around 29th. Yes, we had it on 29th, and now we moved to the downside. My bias is still down. We have a very big imbalance here, which not been closed yet, and as we expect dollar to weaken, we are expecting also this market to move to the upside slowly and then move to the downside. So what are we expecting? We're expecting continuously correcting up to here, and then we look for a sell. So we are still a seller. This will be only invalid if we break above 116.60. So if we break above that, then it's invalid. Market is invalid. But as long we test here and confirm the market continuously moving to the downside, our next level will be below here at 113. This is where this 113 zone is where I'm heading to, or my next target. Pound USD. Pound USD is also the same. We had a trade on it and still ongoing. We are targeting 132, the zone of 132, 131. This is the zone where we are targeting, but some changes had happened due to Friday move. What I'm expecting right now, I'm expecting some kind of consolidation a little bit to the upside before we can see any move. If I can see this consolidation moving very well, I'm going to add more trade into this trade from this level, especially this level at 134. This is my next trade for the next week. Can it move up until it reaches my break even? Because already we closed this at the break even. Yeah, anything is possible in this market of Trump. The possibility of anything can happen in Trump's market, because that led to 2,000 people committing a suicide in one day. Not an easy thing. So be careful with your trade. This is not a financial advice, just analysis, confirming anything. Whatever you do with your trading is your own responsibility. I'm just here giving out how my H is moving and how I see the perspective of market in the next coming week. Aussie dollar. Aussie dollar was one of the best performing for the last week. We're expecting the market to move back, and it has actually done it perfectly. And still continuously, we need to move down, because the market is still in the middle of the move. It's not yet completed. What are we expecting? We're expecting some kind of consolidation to backside before we can move down. This is a very clear one. As you can see clearly, we broke this level. We need to retest this level before we can move anywhere. Next level is around 0.64154. So that's where we are going. Be careful with your trade. NZD USD. NZD USD is one of my best trade. It has actually completed the trade and move up. I said last 2 weeks that we have to pull back to this area, then move to the downside. Then from here, I was expecting the market to continue giving me some. This is still a pending trade. We did not enter. This is just for simulation. So what I'm expecting from here, this level, is the market trying to move up, correcting to the upside. What we are expecting from here, expecting the market to correct to the upside, was already seeing the pattern already completed. Even we have a swept liquidity below this, below that. So the next move is to the upside. Next move is to the upside. How far? Usually we're supposed to take profit around here. So this is only a pending order which is not yet being triggered. So what I'm waiting for is a break out of this zone. For those who trade lower time frame, it's better we go to a lower time frame to see a breakout of this structure before we can do any kind of trade. Let's visit the lower time frame, like 15 minutes chart. Yes, this is very clear there. Let me take this out. Now it's more clear what we want. We want to break above this zone before we can go anywhere. How do we want it? So we might see a retest here, retest there, retest here before we can see any break to the upside there, like that. This is a continuation. For those who are trading on low time frame, you take a profit above the falling wedge. This is why you're going to take profit above the falling wedge. Leave some of the trade to move simultaneously to the upside, because on a bigger time frame we are aiming for the high of the last month of September. This trade can go up to maybe November, the middle of November there. But it's really a good one, very good one. So I'm buying NZD USD. USD JPY was really one of the fantastic move that, but unfortunately, it has stopped a lot of people out. Many people of us, I was stopped out here, but I was able to take money, some of the money back with the internal trade. I was able to recover some of the trades here. So let me take all this out. Generate. Oh, rotation. Now we can see this big uh, gap that happened last week at the opening of last week, and most of the market has actually gapped out. And those who sold here are victims of market taking them out. Already, maybe the target was below this low and they have more targets down. But most of the people were taken out around this high. Some were taken out around this high. For those who had a stop loss above this high already, they were taken out. Above this high, were taken out. And due to that, just due to that stop out and people rushing out to take their cut off their losses, market were able to steer to the upside, and this led to a huge move to the upside. Bank of Japan had to intervene and try to stop the yen from more weakness, as the Minister of Finance of Japan talked about it, and that they have to take action of not letting the yen to weaken more and more. So that's why we see this kind of correction, and also it was influenced by the weakness of the dollar. As you can see, dollar has been weakened. Here, DXY was also actually falling, letting also the fall of uh, JPY, USD, JPY to the downside. Next week, this is a very good confirmation that we had two things, fundamental and the technical, confirming that the market is a bearish market. So we are expecting some kind of correction and closure of this uh, gap, this market gap that has been created on previous Monday. But make sure this Monday, upcoming Monday, might be very mad. We don't know what's going to happen. What kind of news are we going to see? Is it going to be about the Israel agreement of the ceasefire? Is this are we seeing Trump also posting another tweet or another X inside X.com talking about the tariffs or any other geopolitical issues? We don't know. So the market nowadays is really driven by the fear and the news, and everything that is being said is really sensitive. The market is sensitive to all these kind of things. But technically, we are seeing the technical being supported by the fundamental, or the fundamental being supported by the technical, vice versa. But eventually and obviously, we shall see a closure of this gap. It's really very good trade for someone who is really uh, trying to sell this, wait for the market to give you a better edge, like something around here. Take your stop loss above these. Your take profit is inside or here or here. You can take two profit or three profit TPs like this. Let me leave it like that. Take profit one at this level, take profit two at this level, and take profit three below this level. Really a good trade for next week. I need to wait and confirm the move to the upside, this corrective structure, before we can see any move to the downside. Pound CHF is also one of my good trade. I'm still holding this trade for some good weeks, and I've added more trades in it, and might add another one this week. This fall is corrective structure is really a very good one for me to start looking for another sell, but another buy. Sorry, I need to see certain kind pull back here before I can add more buy, because I'm still a buyer. I'm not a seller. I'm not selling CHF at all. I'm still buying it to the upside. So wait for corrective structure, then buy it. Is it going to be up corrective structure? Yes, we can see another corrective structure, something like this. For example, corrective structure to the upside, then move down. This is two corrective structure, because it's going to complete an ABC pattern before we can see. Because if you can notice, this is going to be a form of ABC. A, B, and C. This is forming what? For those who are really a harmonic pattern traders, let me show you. I'm seeing a very nice pattern coming up for that one. You can see a very nice galley pattern here around this galley pattern. That is why I'm waiting for this market to complete this structure before we can look for another buy. I might add another buy at D here, and then the same take profit above there. I have my internal take profit inside. Then my stop loss will be not bigger than this around here, below this low. And see, this is the potential below the X. I'm taking something like between 15 to 20 pips below it, and that's where I'm going to take the profit. Secondly, someone can say, okay, will it launch from here to the upside? Yeah, that's another possibility, and might also happen. And that's why we need to keep our eyes into our trades, so we can see what is going to happen, because the structure can change at any time. USD CAD is not one of my favorite trades. I did not like this for some good time, because despite I've been watching it on the daily chart, where I saw this trade moving to the upside, and it was moving very well, but something is telling me not to trade it. I don't know why, but it's really a nice one for those who wants to trade it. Wait for a break above this high, this liquidity, so that you can make an entry to continue to move to the upside. Break, corrective structure here, then buy it. Boom. You have series of take profit. You might take profit above this high, and above that high too, and above this high too. So before you can go to the high, those are series of take profit in your journey. This is the biggest one. Whereas your stop loss, you try to look for areas here, the swing lows around this zone, and make sure your stop loss is really very tight. Make it tight, make it very, very tight for you to. One of the most important rules, that do not trade without loss. Stop loss is a must. And if you're still trading without a stop loss, then I don't know what to call you, but I pity, because the market doesn't forgive anyone who says, I forget my password, my stop loss. I wish I put it there. No, he doesn't. Market doesn't know you, doesn't know who you are, where you came from. Market just will crush whoever doesn't know how to trade. Because if you don't put a stop loss, it's really mean that you don't know how. JBP, JPY, my beautiful girlfriend. I really like this one, despite I was really uh, disappointed by the move. The move came 50% of my TP, and then moved to the upside next. It was a nice one. We had a head and shoulder on the 4-hour chart that we confirm. See, this is the head and shoulder and did not complete the move to the projection area. As I've detailed about the JPY taking action about the weekend currency, we are seeing JPY getting stronger by next week. What we need is see a pullback, uh, then boom, sell it. My target is going to be this liquidity, sell side liquidity around this area. That's where we're going to take profit. We go to our beautiful oil. Oil, the tariff has actually broken the oil. I didn't expect this to happen. I was taken out by the tariff on Friday. Yes, I predicted this very well. We had anticipated this move. The catalyst was really right. Then it went up, moved to the downside. Is this Does this mean that the trade is cancelled? Yes. Uh, we don't know what's going to happen because we still don't know the tariffs reaction, and also don't forget the Israel ceasefire is one of the things that led to this massive sell in oil market. Now, next week, what we need to see, I need to see a decent corrective structure to the upside, trying to sell it down before we can look for any buy in the future. Because the structure has changed completely. We have a new structure in the market. So this all is taken out. What I wanted to see, I want to see a corrective structure, then move to the downside. For those who are support and resistance traders, you can see we have already broken below this support area. The market is still not confirmed because the next support is below here. This is where we can see a support area at this area. If you can see, we have a massive support area here that actually led to this massive move here. We might expect the same thing to happen from this low, moving to the upside, breaking this high, high, and high, and high. So, but before we can predict that or see that, let us wait and reconfirm and complete our move to 55.70. Oil, most of us, sorry, I mean the gold, most of us trade gold, and we are gold lover. We made some good money in gold last week, and the almost the last 4 weeks or 8 weeks actually. If we can see the weekly chart, this is the first time in the history of gold to be impulsive bullish 8 candlestick in a row with a very strong move to the upside, closing near their high. All these, you see, these closing near the high, closing near the high, closing near the high, closing near the high, with consecutive 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8 consecutive weeks. It has never happened. You can see this gold can make 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, then boom, a selling week. 4 weeks, selling week. 1 week, 2 weeks, selling week. But this is the first time in history. It has never happened. You can see. Just go back in time. This was one of the beautiful move to the upside. But if you can compare them to this massive bullish candlestick body, it's nothing like that, and can never be compared. Each and every candlestick here is equivalent at least over 1,000 pips. The smallest one was something around 500 or 700. Very massive. We're supposed to see some kind of correction because really gold is super bullish, but there is nothing we can do about it. All what we can expect is at least we're supposed to see some kind of correction for other buyers to come in. This correction might happen due to profit takers who are taking profit by the end of November. Then by December, we can see another bullish move. Maybe we might see around 4,900 or even 5,000 by the end of September. By the end of September, we might reach to 5,000, from 4,900 and 5,000, according to the projections of Fibonacci's. Now, on the weekly, we have seen how bullish it is, but on the 4-hour, we go back trying to understand this. One of the fundamentals of gold, the reason why it's pushing up and up and up, because of the uncertainty. I told you before that gold is one of the safe haven currencies, and every time when there is uncertainty, people rush and save their money in safe havens assets like gold and silver. And it's really very important for us to keep an eye on them. Now, what will happen next week? Because starting from Monday tomorrow, it's really not clear how people are going to make an entry. But for me, I would like to see a certain kind of pullback, then move to the upside. We need a very clear pullback, because if you can see here, this is where there were a clear breakout of this area. This is a very clear breakout. We need to see a move to this breakout before we can see any move to the upside. This is scenario 1. Scenario 2, whereby the market can consolidate here, breaking above this common near high, because this high is a weak high, it's a very weak high, and then we can see move up to 1,100, then from 1,100 to 1,100, because we don't have any level that tells us what is going on above us. The only level we have is the psychological level. So we had 4,000, we have already broken above it, and we went up to 4,500, 4,049.27. Then the next level is 4,100, then 4,150, 4,000. Then as we move up and up and up. So, and that's how the market, it's really ready to move to the upside. Be careful. Wait for the market to give us a good move, because the opening of Monday is the one to tell us what will happen. But I prefer market pulling back a little bit for us to buy at a discount rate before, and then we move to the upside, taking profit at 450, then moving up to 400 and 450. That's where we might see our take profit. Very good. Now we go to our silver. Silver, it's the same like gold, because it's also one of the safe havens. People tend to buy physical assets like gold and silver. Here, silver has shown uh, a weakness of it trying to make a corrective structure to the downside. What I wait a corrective structure coming back, and then we continue. We might reach up to 55. It's our first time that the high of the year, the all-time high, is 51. We might go to 52, then from 52 we shall see what will happen. Lastly, Bitcoin. Bitcoin is the one with the massive move we've seen in the last weeks. I already have open trade on Monday, sorry, on today, on Sunday, still on running. Fantastic on 15-minute chart. TP1 was taken, waiting for the TP2 to be taken too.